Yeah, the agenda for this session is basically simple. First, we'll look and complete indemnity and guarantee, and towards the end of today's discussion itself, I also want to complete question answers discussion for indemnity, guarantee, and also bailment and pledge. But first, we'll focus on concept and then we'll do both the questions together. Is that fine, guys? Okay, questions for all chapters. Let's start off with indemnity and guarantee. Yeah, Google Meet. I'm sure you should be. I should be audible now. We'll start off. So, agenda is to start off with indemnity and guarantee. How many of you studying indemnity guarantee for the first time? Already studied? Self study or class? Mixed class, self study. Okay. Either ways, concepts are going to be the same. We need to understand what is indemnity and what is guarantee. Unlike previous chapter where we saw bailment and pledge, where there was a relationship between bailment and pledge, where pledge was an extension of bailment, correct? This is not like that. It could have been two separate chapters, indemnity or Tani chapter, guarantee or Tani chapter, no relationship. The only relationship they have is there in the same chapter and book. That's it. Okay. Apart from that, you don't have any other connection between indemnity and guarantee. Is that clear? Okay. Indemnity is the easy one, which gets over quickly in 10 minutes. Bulk of the time, 90% of the time in this topic is only for guarantee. If you look at the exam questions also, 9 out of 10 times they will test only guarantee. So quickly, let's finish off indemnity first. What is indemnity? Indemnity, compensation. Sir, I am not able to understand. Classic example you can keep in mind is same word starting with I. Insurance can be the best example for indemnity. Meaning, I have taken a bike insurance. Let's say for Activa, I have taken bike insurance where I am paying a yearly premium of 5,000 rupees. New Activa is costing 70,000 rupees. Varsha I will pay insurance of 5,000 rupees. Okay. Now, what happens if you don't pay 5,000? Okay, come back to that later. What is the benefit I'm getting? Let's say you go to tell some insurance company. Okay, ACO. Ashwin will come for ACO ad. Correct? ACO ad. He's saying take 5,000 rupees insurance policy for my two-wheeler, bike, whatever. Okay, fine. What benefit I will get? Any benefit? If there is any damage, accidental damage to the vehicle for the period of 1 year from when you have taken, if any damage happens, they will cover it. They will give you the money. Correct? Sir, damage and adukla, sir. 1 year fully. We don't want accident. Damage stuff never took place. So my bike is perfect. Now what will happen? Nothing will happen. Will I get this 5,000 back? No. This is the contract of insurance, or in other words, this is contract of indemnity. Indemnity has two parties. One party is the insurance company. One party is me, the individual or the company, whoever. Okay. The insurance company will compensate loss to the individual if individual suffers any loss. If individual is not suffering any loss, insurance company will not make any compensation. So what are these parties called? Like how we have bailer, bailee. Here insurance company is called indemnifier and individual is called indemnified. Are you following, guys? Indemnifier and indemnified. Is this clear for all of you? This part is clear. Indemnifier and indemnified. The two parties that we have. Fine. Super, sir. So insurance company is done. Individual is done. We know who is indemnifier and who is indemnified. Next question for you. Little bit out of the topic. Insurance is mandatory in India. Bike insurance. Why? Let's say I have a bike. I am paying 5,000 rupees insurance. Why mandatory? Why? Okay, what happens if it's not? See, if insurance is not there, police will stop. You have to pay penalty. Sir, insurance, I understand, helmet is important, okay, for my safety. Okay, license is very much important because it gives you the power to drive. I mean, like it says that okay, you have the, you know how to drive. Okay, insurance is RC book. Okay, shows the ownership of the vehicle. It's not a stolen vehicle. Why insurance? What if I do? Mahesh is saying, sir, I have in my bank account 5,000 crores. Why I want insurance? If something happens to the bike, I will throw it and buy a new bike. For me, it is nothing. Why unnecessarily I will pay insurance and I will drive very safely, sir. I am not a rash driver. Very properly, I will drive with helmet. I will properly follow the rules. Why should I pay unnecessary expense? Already every month, once salary comes by month ending, you know, family means how it's difficult to manage the expense. I will not tell you. Unnecessary insurance expense. Why? Why can't it become optional? For whom? Income will be lost for whom? Government. No, insurance is insurance companies. They are all private companies. ACO, IFCO, Tokyo, LIC. Okay, fine. It's different. Life insurance. I'm talking about general insurance. What loss for government? Nothing. Insurance companies will not be able to survive. No. How many of you will still take insurance if it's optional here? Optional, I will still take. See, I have about 10% of the class raise the hand. 10% business they will get. No. Why mandatory? Comparatively very low. But why should all the common people struggle and pay so much policy? Why? Very good. We have answer from Srijit, correct? Srijit has given the right one. What is it? Business, money. So it's mainly one of the main reasons is for business purpose. But apart from that, like how Hallgreven said also, if it's optional means nobody will take. Correct? Nobody will. See, life insurance we will all take. Life insurance is different because you will get the money back either at the time of death or after completing the period you will get the money back. But in this, many people will choose not to take. So it affects the industry as such. Insurance companies survive on this. So it becomes mandatory and anyway it's good for you. That is the reason. Okay. Exam they will not ask this in foundation. Don't write this also an answer. Unnecessary, it's for business. You are writing foundation exam. Be very careful. Okay. Fine. Next. So like I told you, this chapter has indemnity and guarantee. Let's focus on indemnity first. What all I finished now? Sir, for exam, what I should know? Indemnifier is the insurance company who's going to promise to save me from loss, other party from loss. Who is the indemnified? Party who's promised to be saved against the loss. Are they going to ask this in an exam? No. But you should be aware about who is who. That's it. Fine. Now, next. So then what is relevant for exam in this? Look at this. It's a beautiful definition. The definition of indemnity restricts the scope of the contract of indemnity as much as it covers only the loss caused by. That means, Dilli Babu is very smart. He saw the ad, ACO, insurance, 2 minutes claim settlement. So what Dilli Babu did, he purchased one second-hand old bike for 10,000 rupees. He took insurance policy, waited for 6 months. Now he went, he damaged the bike. Bike became chutney. He took the bike or some lorry came and crashed it. It is not an accident. It's a created accident by Dilli Babu. But it looks like an accident, like this Drishyam movie. Okay. So Dilli Babu did the accident. Nobody has a clue except him. He is very honest, so he will not tell anybody. So he went to the insurance company and made a claim and took money of whatever, 50,000 rupees. He wanted to buy a new bike. That was his plan. Now, will insurance company cover the loss which I have done myself intentionally? Intentionally, I will go crash the bike. Will they cover it? But how will they know it's intentional? I should tell no. So they are saying, therefore, leaving all this aside, sir, as per indemnity contract and Indian Contract Act, what loss is covered? The conduct of the promisor himself, loss caused because of an act done by the promisor or indemnifier himself, or the conduct of any other person. What they are trying to say is, nobody gets into an accident. Anybody will get into accident and hurt themselves intentionally? Yeah? No. Accident means it happens without my knowledge, unplanned. So, if I go and crash also, indemnity is covered. Or if somebody comes and crashes me also, indemnity is covered. Are you following, guys? That's what accidents are. See, accidents could be my fault or somebody else's fault. He's saying it could be anybody. Loss caused because of an action of any other person. I was driving properly. He came and hit. Are you following, guys? See, I'm using example of insurance for indemnity. Indemnity can be for any other contract. Are you following, guys? Clear? Can you give me some other example of indemnity apart from insurance? Because every class they will tell insurance only. Some other example. Where other example? Any other example, guys? Hello? We can create an example. It may not be really there. For example, let's say Srijit, okay, now he's working in, let's say he's working in one company. Let's say he's working in Tesla, okay. Now, Tesla told if you take more than 20 days leave in a year, I will fire you from job. Elon Musk is ruthless. He is the world's richest guy, means he has to be ruthless. He has also is saying 20 days per year leave, including Sundays. More than that, if you take leave, you are out of the job. But if you work, you will get 1 crore per year salary. That is the kind of work. Now, Srijit has taken 19 days leave. He has only 1 day left. I told Srijit, come, let's go for a trip. We'll go for a 3 days trip. He said, sir, please. 1 more extra day I take leave means gone. If you want 1 day, I will take leave. I said, no problem, Srijit, don't worry. Come for the trip. We will go and come back. Your leave becomes 22 days. If you lose the job, I will compensate you. Okay. If you don't lose the job, nothing to compensate. Now, Srijit took the leave. He lost his job. I promised to compensate him the loss for 1 year for his loss of job. Contract of indemnity between me and Srijit. We are doing a contract between ourselves. Are you following, guys? This they won't ask in exam. Exam, what they will ask? Insurance. That's it. Fine. Okay. First of all, they should ask this chapter, but if they ask, okay. Next. This note is very, very important. Look at this. Beautiful way to learn law. Okay. If someone can try to interpret this note, what they're saying note. So that means above what we have learned, if a loss is because of myself or somebody else, it's covered in contract of indemnity. Correct? Indemnifier will indemnify the loss to me. Loss occasioned by an accident, not caused by any person or an act of God, natural event is not covered. What does this mean? It's not covered. These things are covered. Okay, now those who are watching recording, pause, try to read and see if you are understanding. Now, since we are in crash, let me get to the points. Little confusing again. Loss occasioned, that means loss caused by an accident, not caused by any person or an act of God or natural event is not covered. Anybody reading for the first time and trying to make sense? Little confusing. So, this kind of sentences in law is called a double negative. I was told in the class. Double negative means there is one knot here and there is one more knot here. Correct? Strike off both the knots. Minus minus becomes plus. Now read this sentence without these both knots. Loss occasioned by an accident caused by any person or an act of God or natural event is covered. Now it's easier. That means act of God means what? Some earthquake or natural event, some flood, tsunami is covered. Then he can directly write like this, no? Why sir is confusing with two knots? CA. Otherwise everybody will understand, no? Okay. Sir, double negative, how to read, sir? What mistake you can do? Double negative, if you miss one knot and you read the whole sentence, meaning will change. Loss occasioned by an accident caused by all these people is not covered. Now read with the other knot. Strike off this knot. Okay. Loss occasioned by an accident not caused by all these people is covered. That means these things are not covered. Sir, exam I want to pass. Strike both the knots. Loss caused by God or any act of event of natural event is covered. That means insurance, if I go crash or if somebody else comes and crashes or flood, Chennai means flood is very common. Flood comes, you will claim insurance compensation. One of my friend, she works in IT company. She purchased a new car, Swift red color car for some 7-8 lakhs. Then she purchased, she works for me as a client and she told, sir, not sir, to me she tells Karthik, she told, I will take 15 days leave in December. I bought a new car for the first time in my life. I'm going to go on a vacation. Then by the time she was able to go on vacation, flood came, car. She was able to get access only after 1 month. She gave a service center. Because of flood, the service center told, Maruti company told, sorry, I can give you car only after 3 months. So queue was very high during the time of flood, and she had to spend another 2 lakhs. The expense was 5 lakhs, 3 lakhs insurance cover, 2 lakhs she had to pay. She got the new car back. Car was hardly 1 month old. Okay, but at least insurance was able to cover some expense. Fully they were not able to cover. So flood is covered. For exam, me doing something, somebody else doing it, or natural event. That's it, enough for exam. So for exam, what to remember now finally? Indemnity means somebody is promising to cover the loss for me. That person is called indemnifier. I am called indemnified. Loss includes all these. Within this, insurance companies will create their own policy. Hey, this COVID included, COVID not included. And the they will create their own policies. It's fine. This is as per Contract Act. Sir, okay, sir. What else is there in this chapter? Just another 5 minutes. Okay. Now, how unlike in bailment pledge, rights, duties, they used to play with our head, but still we found a way around it now. Easy to remember. Here, rights of an indemnity holder when sued. Okay. What is the rights of indemnity holder when sued? Follow very carefully here. Last this dabba. Once this dabba is over, indemnity is over, guys. Indemnity is done. Fine. Follow. Okay. The promisee in a contract of indemnity acting within the scope of his authority is entitled to recover the following from the indemnifier and the promisor. In the following, meaning I can recover from the insurance company what? I can recover what from the insurance company? So who is the indemnifier? We already explained. Indemnifier is the insurance company, correct? I can recover from the insurance company. Rights of indemnity holder when sued. Who is the indemnity holder? The indemnified. When my right, when I sue them, what is my right? So you tell me, guys, without reading the points, you tell me you had a bike, you parked it, some lorry came and hit it. You want me to draw that for you? Okay, that's it. That's bike. No, crushed. Okay. Now, what is your rights? You will sue and you will claim what? Damages, and you also want your basically whatever loss you have suffered. But along with that, to file a case, see, first I will ask the company, see, ad is coming, Ashwin is saying 2 minutes claim, seeing that you purchase the policy, after that you never got the money. So what you will do? You will hire an advocate and you file the case on whom? Ashwin? No, company. Okay, Ashwin is just one branding guy, that's it. All celebrities. So you filed a case on ACO. If ACO somebody is watching, it's only example case. Okay. You filed a case on ACO. For that, you hire an advocate of legal expense. You also need your damages, whatever loss you have. Apart from this, let's say your bike was 50k. That money you want loss. Legal expense 10,000. Beyond this, what you want? My mental peace was disturbed. For 6 months, I was running behind you. For that, I want additional compensation, 1 lakh. So, if you claim to the company, you will just get the damage. But if the company is not giving, if you sue, when will you sue if the company is not paying? In that case, you will get all damages which he may have been compelled to pay in a suit, all cost, legal expenses, and all sums which have been paid under the terms of any compromise of the suit. So, damages, compromise settlement and legal expenses will be recovered. Are you following, guys? Will I always recover this? Only when you file a case. Will I always get this money? That the court will decide. Sir, exam, what should I remember? I am in the class for exam. Simple. The indemnity holder, me, I can sue the other party and claim 3 things. Damages, all expense, legal expense, cost and compensation. Enough for exam. Beyond this, you don't have to think. Even though I am adding a few points to make the class interesting for you to understand the concept, exam is enough. Last one, small concept. With this, indemnity is over, guys. What is this concept? When does the liability of the indemnifier commence? Meaning, insurance company, ACO, let's say individual, Hardik Pandya met with an accident. Hey, example, guys. Okay, fine. Already is in deep trouble. Fine. Okay. Now, let's say he met with accident on 23rd of April. Nothing happened to him. Only car has some damage. So on 27th April, within 4 days, he filed, not a file case, claim settlement. He wanted a claim. He asked the company. Okay. Now, ACO has a liability to pay to Hardik Pandya. That liability starts from 23rd April when the accident happens, or from 27th April when he makes the claim. 23rd or 27th. Now, they are aware about the liability on 27th because that day only claim came. But the due starts from 23rd May itself, 23rd April itself. Look at this. The liability of an indemnifier, ACO, commences as soon as the liability of the indemnity holder becomes absolute and certain. Meaning, I might have filed the case now, but my liability is certain on the day of accident on 23rd April. See, I will pay late only, but when is the liability created? It's created and accrued on 23rd April itself, even though I have filed for claim on a later date. This principle has been followed by courts in several cases. Why this principle? Because sometimes the claim filing might have been delayed by 6 months, 1 year, within the time period. So the courts have told, you are paying late because he asked you to pay later, but you were liable earlier itself. I gave Mahesh 100 rupees. I told Mahesh, whenever I asked you to give the money 100 rupees without interest, Mahesh told, sir, sure. I didn't ask Mahesh for 2 years. Is he not liable? He is liable, but I have still not asked the money. But he has the liability. When I ask him, he will pay. Are you getting it up? Are you following? That's it. With this, indemnity for the exam is done. Even though we are studying indemnity guarantee, like I told you, indemnity, that's it. So quickly, what to remember for exam, then we'll proceed to guarantee after this. Indemnity, there are two parties, indemnifier and indemnified. The indemnifier will compensate loss to the indemnified. What kind of loss? Loss by myself or loss by some other party or loss by any natural event or God created loss. When I claim for that loss, if the insurance company or indemnifier is not paying, I can sue him and recover damages, any other expense or compensation, and the liability starts on the day when the liability is certain for the indemnity holder. Clear? Easy. I don't know how long we spent. I think 15 minutes. With this, indemnity is done.